Debonair. Okay.
What do you think is the difference between a man leading and a man like being controlling? Because I remember in the comment section we was talking about like the way people like certain, for example, for me, I would prefer to have you know, my girl be conservative. She doesn't have to be like completely covered up from head to toe, but I definitely don't want you walking around with clothes that's way too tight, or you know, ass showing, titty showing, anything like that. I don't, me personally, I don't think that's controlling, but you know, a lot of women say that that'd be controlling.
That's
So
not
what?
controlling. That's just the preference. What you're talking about, that's a preference, you know, because I wouldn't want my man, you know, on Instagram in his boxer shorts. I'd be pissed. You know what I'm saying? Put some damn clothes on. You know, so I feel like that's a preference, and we all have the right. But as far as the leading and controlling, a man, the difference is a man who leads understands that he still needs to be led. You know what I'm saying? A man
Yeah.
who leads still understands that he needs to be led. And I know a lot of men don't want to hear this, but yes, sometimes your woman is going to have to lead you. You know, everybody falls in battles, but even when you're strong, see, because one thing about it that women need to get in tow about this, but we have to lead men emotionally because they don't know how to distribute their emotions. So it's us to lead them because we know how to do it. You know,
Yeah.
not without a finger in the face. You know, men are big sensitive cats. You know, they're not the lioness. You know, sometimes they like to think they're, you know, sensitive. They're little kittens, so you have to take their hands. You know what I'm saying? And which
Yeah.
they deserve that. And so I feel like a man who leads needs to understand that you have to be led, that you can't lead all the time, because a controlling man, nobody else's opinion matters, nobody else's mind matters. He want to be the smartest man in the room, and he doesn't want to be led at all, not by his grandmother, not by God or whoever, you know, somebody who's capable of leading that person. They don't want to be the students ever, you know. And that's the difference to me between a leading man and a controlling man.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's real. That's real. I
Mm-hmm.
think a man lead just you. I don't think you're a leader until you have until you show your work, right? Like I tell a lot of guys, because I mentor a lot of guys, man. All these guys, they swear up and down they're leaders, and I'm just like, bro, you can't lead people when you yourself aren't financially stable, when you yourself don't have your stuff together. It's like the blind leading the blind, and it doesn't make
Mm-hmm.
any sense. So until you have to lead people to the quote unquote to the promised land, right? You have to lead them to the win, or whatever people want to call it. But there's no way you can lead someone if you aren't financially stable, mentally stable. You know what I'm saying? Those are some of the characteristics of being a leader. And until you have that, then maybe you can start leading people. I know people that has all those things, but they still aren't good at being a leader, right? So me personally, again, like I said, as far as relationships,
Right.
let me talk about this. As far as relationships, if you're the leader in the family, you should be able to take care of the household, right? Me personally, I believe that you shouldn't be paying any bills. I think that these are my bills. I should be paying all the bills. If you want to help out and pay like rent, pay like light bills, stuff like that, all right, cool, that's fine. But I pay the rent or the mortgage or the car note, like the big bills. If you know what I mean, and that's just my opinion. Other guys think, oh, you should go 50-50. Well, then you shouldn't be a leader in your household. Then it should be a 50-50 leadership. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking 90%, if not all,
Mm-hmm.
of the bills in my household. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me
Right.
doing that. I will lead my family to wherever we're going. So if I got a job in Las Vegas or Seattle or New York or whatever, all right, cool. I'm going to lead us there because this is the job that's going to be paying us $90,000, $100,000 per year, or whatever the case may be. Then I'm going to get us in position to where we can buy our house, where we can start owning property or starting a business or whatever the case may be. So those are my ideas of like leading in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? But the
Mm-hmm.
difference between that and being controlling, because again, like I said, I thought from what my hunger was saying, she's like, oh, that's kind of controlling. I'm like, I don't think that's controlling, but whatever. The difference between that and being controlling is, my definition of controlling is me telling you, okay, you can't go outside past a certain time. You can't hang out with certain people. You
Yeah.
can't do this. You know, me monitoring your social media, going through your phone, and all that stuff. And that's cringe to me, man. I can't. I'm not going through your phone. But Like
Yeah.
all of those things is in my opinion controlling. You know what I'm saying? So when you break it down to certain people, man, it's kind of, I guess you can, certain people say it's subjective. I don't think it's subjective. I think it's pretty bland. Whatever it is. I think that some people like certain things and then they don't like other things. You know what I'm saying? So if you're wearing this or you're doing that, and a guy says, "Hey, don't do that," or a girl says, "Hey, don't do that," then they're like, "Oh, you're being controlling." I don't think that's controlling. I think it's just like you said, it's a preference. I definitely think it's a preference. Definitely.
Yeah, I definitely think that is a preference, but I agree, on your your idea of what leading and controlling is, and I think another, as far as like how, I grew up with my dad, and my dad did most of like the leading. His energy field was the main energy that we felt in the house, but he didn't work, because my dad had sickle cell. So the woman was the one who was bringing in the money, but he was the one who was like, "Oh, house, you know what I'm saying? Let's do this or whatever." And he stayed home with us. Like, my dad was a staying home dad. You know what I'm saying? But me being somebody who come from that environment, it wasn't conducive, because it takes both energies. You know what I'm saying? It takes both energies, because my dad was the leader of the household, and our household was based on his decisions. I lacked a lot of femininity. You know what I'm saying? Or I sometimes I was too much in my femininity at times. I was very imbalanced, because there was no woman who was actually taking me, and actually saying, "Okay, this is, your strengths as a woman. This is what most women fall weak to." You know what I'm saying? And so I kind of feel like when it comes to leadership of the household, especially the Black household, because a lot of the Black households, we only have mothers, you know what I'm saying? And then there's no man, you know what I'm saying? And I just really feel like it's very important for both men and women is to lead the household, and then basically knowing each other's strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
Because like you said, your strength, you pay the bills, you know what I'm saying? So that may be something that, and for you, you don't require that of her for her to do, but she has to know her strengths as a woman to make sure that this household is sustainable.
Yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, I love a man of your type paying all the bills. You know what I'm saying? That's my type. You know what I'm saying? Like, I most definitely would love that. But at the same time, I wouldn't want, I'm still going to hold my own weight, because I don't believe in putting everything on the man's shoulders. So if he pay all the bills, then I go, might pay for the clothes, or, I make sure, I don't know, the household needs are, together, because
Yeah.
this man, he can't do everything by himself. So as a woman, you lead and you pull your weight, and you be an asset to not only the household, but to the man that you're with. You know what I'm saying? So leadership is not, when it comes to the household, leadership is just not a one person thing. It's a balance between both individuals.
Yeah. Yeah. That's real. That's real.
Mhm.
I don't. I want to because I know eventually whenever I do start having kids, I would want my girl to be a stay at home mom. Like, she want to work a part-time job, all right,
Mhm.
work a part-time job.
Mhm.
But I don't, and the reason why I say that is because I don't want to put my kids in daycare.
I
I really don't like,
agree.
I
Yes,
don't
I
like
feel
that.
the
And
same.
I don't,
Me
I've
neither.
seen, I have cousins that have newborn babies, put their newborn babies in daycares. And to me, that is so scary to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just
Me
looking at them like,
too.
I'm not. I will prefer, like, maybe when my child can start speaking in complete full sentences and tell me
Yep,
what's going on verbally, then
yep, that's
okay,
how
cool.
I was. Yep,
Yeah,
then you go to daycare.
yeah,
Yep.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? But until then, if your child only know 3, 4 words, like, okay, your child can't explain to you what just happened.
You ain't gonna get very far.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And so
Mhm.
that's my whole mindset of it, because again, like I said, I got cousins, I got other family members, I got home girls. As soon as they have a kid, they gotta put the kid in daycare, they gotta go and do their business. That stuff is so, I'm like, you don't know what these people doing to your damn newborn baby. You know what I'm saying? Now your newborn baby's sick and all this, that, and third. You trying to figure out what's going on. The damn people at the
Right.
damn daycare probably put something in the damn baby bottle. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm really big on that, and I definitely will want her to be a stay-at-home mom. If you want to work part-time, okay, again,
That's
cool.
understandable. Because I
Yeah,
feel like that. I don't feel like women should work when they're pregnant. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
feel
that's
like
another thing.
that, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I've had
I feel
women
like
like go,
women shouldn't work.
but when women will go in on me, they be like, "Oh, why shouldn't a woman work?" I'm like, I didn't say women shouldn't work. That's not what I said. Please don't put words in my mouth. What I said was, when she gets pregnant, once she has our child, I prefer that she does not work. I want her to be a
I
stay-at-home mom
agree.
until the baby turn maybe three,
I
4,
agree. Until
somewhere
they're in
around there.
preschool.
Yeah. Hey,
Until they're
preschool,
in
yeah,
preschool.
yeah.
I agree because and I think a lot of women who are like that, because I even have some friends and they're male, you know, too. And it's like, oh, you know, because they watch their moms take care of everything. And, you know, we have this idea that women are supposed to be strong and independent, you know, and I'm not saying those things are not a luxury to have, but you know, contrary to popular belief, women should not be working hard when they're pregnant. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They should not be out here in the hustle every day. They hustling to make ends meet for this child. They need to sit their ass down and bake that child. And then I even agree, the woman should be they're the nurturers of the household. So I don't feel when after the baby come, they still should be sitting down at the household. You know, I agree with you 100% there. You know, so. But if
Yeah.
you're a woman and you want to march up and down, you know, Mount Everest while you pregnant, then boo boo do you. Because I'm not that, you know. I'm relaxing. This body is sensitive in its creation stage.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. My cousin and I love her to the death of me. I seen her work all the way up until the day she had her baby, had a C-section, and went back to work like 4 or 5 days later. And I'm just looking at her like, there is no way in hell I will want my like, no, bro, ain't no,
God
there's
don't
no
even
way.
want that.
Yeah,
God
like
don't want
you
that.
still
God
having
didn't put
stitches in you.
Mary. Huh?
I said she still like you still having like stitches in you like after a C-section. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I don't. No, that was, and I felt so bad for her. And she was like, yo, can you watch my baby? I'm like, bro, I worked 2 jobs back then, and I worked 2 jobs, and I was going to school back then. I'm like, there's no way in hell I can watch your child. Like, I would have did it if I had the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking at her like, bro,
Right.
ain't no way in hell. If I could get maybe 6 hours, 12 hours off, I would watch the baby for her. But outside of that, I'm
Right.
like, no, bro, I'm working, I'm doing this, that, and the third. I gotta do my case study. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Ain't no way in hell I can do all that. You know what I'm saying? But I did the best I could to help her. Her baby like 6 now. But I did the best I could to help her. But again, like I said, me seeing that happen, and like you said earlier about guys seeing their mom do everything, I saw my mom do all that stuff too. My mom was working 2 jobs almost my whole life. Now my mom still has 2 jobs. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at her like, Mom, you need to quit one of them jobs. Oh no, I'm used to it now. I'm like,
Now she used to it. She been doing it too long. She can't sit down now. She been taking care of stuff for a long time.
even when she has a vacation, like she'll have a vacation week from one job, she pick up more hours at the second job. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just looking at her like, Ma, you gotta stop, man. Like do something. But she don't, you can't teach old dog new tricks. And I picked up on that from her, and that's the reason why I've always had I haven't been unemployed since I was 14. I have not been unemployed since I was 14 years old. I got my first job at Peters Elementary. I was a custodian through Workforce One. You know what I'm saying? Like they had a I think they had like a summer youth program where they'll come to the hood and you know what I'm saying, and offer all the kids jobs and stuff like that from like 13, 14 and up and stuff like that. And ever since then, since 14, I have not been unemployed, man. I just don't see how guys, grown ass men, be unemployed or working a part-time job. And I'm just looking at them like
Me neither. Yeah, that's
I can't.
ridiculous.
I can't do it. I can't do it. And then the fact that you have, I'm looking at him like, bro, you got a son looking at you. Like you want your son to take after you, bro. Like, no, get your ass up and get like, no, bro. You know what I mean? They don't even be doing unproductive. They work a part-time job and they sit at home playing the game all day. I can't.
Oh no. Oh no.
And they get mad because your girl don't want to give you no
men's baby. A man who don't work does not get to play. Not with me. No.
And then get mad because your girl don't want to give you no damn ass. I'm like, bro, I wonder why. I'm looking at him like,
okay.
Bro, like, what the hell wrong with you?
Get a job. Get a real job. Get some real direction.
The finish line, I ran past it. So egotistic, so cocky, so conceited, cause I'm better than your average. I'm mad sick when I spit that shit. When I spit that flow, she gon' want to catch my drift. Soon as a nigga get some money, they try to spit on it. They ain't put it on this bottle, so they can't sip on this. Don't you try to boost me up, don't try to get on, bitch. Cause I'ma act like I don't know you, nigga, that's real shit. I'm from a place where